newspapers yesterday made a startling revelation that the union government is defending Sita Soren, MLA, and Sibu Soren's daughter-in-law in the Supreme Court. Mind you, Sita Soren belongs to JMM, Jharkhand Mukti Morcha. BJP and JMM are political rivals in Jharkhand. JMM has come to power ousting BJP in 2019. But why is then BJP mollycoddling JMM, especially when CBI is insistent on prosecuting the JMM leader? Well, before we look for an answer, let's recollect the sequence of events. Sita Soren was accused of accepting money from a businessman to nominate him for a Rajya Sabha seat from the Jharkhand Assembly in 2012. When the scandal broke, the CBI and ED investigated the case and found prima facie evidence to support the accusation. The High Court of Jharkhand gave the CBI permission to prosecute Sita Soren. Sita Soren has now moved the Supreme Court. She wants immunity from prosecution by referring to the Apex Court's own decision in 1998. What was that decision? Incidentally, the 1998 Supreme Court judgment was with regard to Sita Soren's father-in-law, Sibu Soren, the supreme leader of Jharkhand Mukti Morcha, and also about 7 of his fellow MPs belonging to JMM. They had been accused of accepting huge amount of cash in lieu of their support to the minority Narasimha Rao government during the confidence vote in 1991. These tribal leaders were simpletons. They deposited the cash in their respective bank accounts. They were caught out. Well, they ought to have been unseated and sent to jail for taking bribe for voting on the floor of the parliament. But the Narasimha Rao government's machinery came to the rescue. Prominent lawyers owing allegiance to the Congress argued their case in the Supreme Court. They picked up on Article 105 and Article 194 of the Constitution. What do these articles say? No member of legislature, parliament or state assembly shall be liable to any proceedings in any court, irrespective of anything they say or any vote given by them in the legislature or any committee thereof. Well, this provision was incorporated in the Constitution to ensure that lawmakers could discharge their duties and express themselves freely and fearlessly without the fear of facing contempt. But by no stretch of imagination, the founding fathers of the Indian Constitution had imagined that this provision would protect scoundrels who take money under the table for nefarious designs. But lo and behold, the Supreme Court came to the rescue of the bribe takers. In a bizarre 3-2 split verdict, the Supreme Court said the immunity granted to legislators can also be extended to those who have been proved indulging in criminality, as long as their criminal action is confined to the floor of the legislature. Immunity to bribe takers, that too granted by the Supreme Court of India in the name of our Constitution. Our founding fathers must have turned in their grave after listening to this Supreme Court verdict. There is a repeat scenario now. The culprit again is a relative of Shibu Soren, his daughter-in-law. The accuser again is the CBI, premier investigative agency of the country. And the defender of the accused is again the union government. Mind you, in the Shibu Soren bribery case, it was Narasimha Rao government which had come to his defense. Now in Sita Soren bribery case, it is the Narendra Modi government which is defending her against the CBI. The highest law officer of the government of India told the Supreme Court this Tuesday that the Apex Court's 1998 verdict about the parliamentary immunity was absolutely correct and it doesn't need a relook. How shameless our netas, irrespective of their political colors, can be. What these leaders who are ruling over us at the center are telling this: if it is proved that our MPs have taken bribes to vote in Parliament in a particular way, they cannot, rather they must not be prosecuted, as they enjoy immunity for their action on the floor of Parliament. What do you call it? Official immunity for bribe takers? Isn't that an astounding assertion of people who are supposed to be our leaders? This brings us back to the question: why is the BJP coming to the defense of A. Sita Soren? The answer is clear. The same reason why Narasimha Rao had sought to protect Shibu Soren. Not to defend a constitutional principle, but to undermine it. It's because birds of same feather flock together. The ruling party today is a past master in bribing legislators to vote for its Rajya Sabha candidates in crunch elections. But its leaders, unlike that of JMM, are smart in the game. They cover their tracks very well, so they are not caught. Sita Soren is called out because he has not learnt the tricks of the trade very well even now. The BJP wants to ensure that it must have the freedom. It certainly has the money to carry on providing all the blandishments for getting its Rajya Sabha candidates elected with impunity. That's why the BJP government has gone all out to defend one of the most despicable judgments of the Supreme Court of India delivered in 1998. It knows if it has its way, Sita Soren, a politician of a rival party, may be the immediate beneficiary. But that precedent would open the floodgate for the ruling party, which is flush with money, to bribe its way to the upper house of Parliament. The motto of our political class seems to be, "Bribe-tators of India unite." Aren't we ashamed that we call ourselves Vishwaguru?